Today, the LMPD released body cam video of 2 officer-involved shootings.
The videos are from incidents earlier this month. In one case, police shot and killed the suspect. Jim Stratman is live this morning with the details. And Jim, that shooting actually ended a multi-day manhunt.
That's right, Grace. Officers here in Louisville shot Austin Sheppers, who they say 2 days before that had shot an Orange County, Indiana deputy. Now, we're expecting the body camera footage to show us the moments leading up to that shooting here in Louisville. Now, police say according to the preliminary reports, they say that police responded to a call on Wheeler Avenue, about a half mile from Wyandotte Park, where they confronted Sheppers in the backyard of a home. Police say that Sheppers shot first, and officers returned fire, hitting him several times. A spokesperson from the LMPD named officers Joshua Trumbo, Robert Ross, and Benjamin Derby as officers involved. Now, earlier this week, we spoke to Orange County Sheriff Davey Henderson, who thanked the LMPD for all their help in this case. He says he visits Deputy Zach Andry several times a week as he remains in critical condition at the hospital.
As what is going to be like, I can't tell you that. So that's a higher power's hand than mine to tell you what his future is going to be. We're just praying for the best. So it's a long road ahead, and we're hoping that he can make a full recovery and someday maybe possibly come back to work here. That's our ultimate goal, is to get him back here, get him home.
Metro Police will release the body camera footage from this shooting around 11:30 this morning. At the same time, they'll be releasing footage from another shooting that happened that same weekend. This one happened in Louisville along Cypress Street back on January 5th. I'll have some more details about that shooting coming up here in the next 30 minutes. Eric, Grace.
Jim, thank you. The man suspected of shooting 5 people last month in West Louisville will face a judge this morning. Police arrested 39-year-old Abraham Bellata Wednesday. The shootings happened on Garland Avenue, about 2 blocks from Victory Park. And police initially found 4 men there who'd been shot. 2 of them died. The other 2 were taken to a local hospital. Then a 5th victim was found several hours later. He, too, was taken to a local hospital. Bellata is facing several charges, including 2 counts of murder and 3 counts of first-degree assault. He's being held at Metro Corrections on a $1 million bond. He's due in court at 9.
Governor Andy Beshear is warning Kentuckians to prepare for the next round of severe weather after 6 people died in last week's winter storms. During his Team Kentucky update, the governor said most of the deaths were from people possibly overdoing it while shoveling snow. We know that can lead to issues like cardiac arrest. 2 winter storms dumped inches of snow and ice across Kentucky last week. More than 10 inches fell in Louisville alone. Beshear says with more winter weather in the forecast, be sure to take precautions.
This work is often dangerous, even if you might not think it is. Shoveling heavy, wet snow can cause back injuries, and it can cause heart attacks. And it can also make it harder, or make it take longer for first responders to get to you if you have a medical emergency.
The governor also wants to remind people not to use generators in the house. And if you do use a space heater, use it safely. Fires are more common in the winter. During its own latest update, the Metro Snow Team says 25 Louisville crews are still out treating side streets. The city also released some stats from last week's winter storm. Of the 38,000 tons of salt on hand for the winter season, the city used 22,000 tons. And the Metro crews are made up of about 200 people who have worked 180 hours since last Sunday morning when the snow started.
4 parents have dropped their federal lawsuit against JCPS. The lawsuit accused the district of violating the civil rights of students. That lawsuit was filed last summer, and it originally claimed cuts to transportation for magnet and transportation schools disproportionately affected students of color. The parents had hoped the court would intervene before the start of the 2024-25 school year, but that did not happen. One of those parents talked to us about how the transportation cuts affected her 10-year-old son, forcing him to switch schools mid-year.
I'm doing what I can as a mother, but the system has definitely let us down when it comes to school and his education.
JCPS Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio said the district's transportation cuts were a response to a major bus driver shortage, which he explained was the only way to get students to school on time and avoid missed instruction. In December, Polio told us he hopes to make a recommendation to the JCPS board sometime this month to restore bus routes for at least some of the families who lost it.